So, we're back.
Yes.
I guess you guys probably want some maps, huh?
Who did you say was doing the recap this week? Was it Scott?
It is going to be Scott this week. No, didn't Scott do the recap last week? No,
No,
no, no.
John did
John
recap.
did.
I
Yeah,
did, John.
it is going to be Scott this week. That's right.
Obviously, I'm going to recap right now.
Okay.
What maps do we need up?
I'm bringing them up now.
All right. Well, I guess I'll start with the recap. Be warned that this recap is going to end at the exact same place that our last one ended, at the fork in the roads with a spoonful of mystery and a dead Tibble. So when we left off, Tibble saw his visions of himself hanging from the gallows. When he touched his body, it turned into a whole bunch of feathers that then became an unkindness of ravens that flew off to the north, perhaps to the castle Ravenloft. Turning around, we noticed our guide, Stanimir, was gone. After much investigations and looking at some wagon ruts, we decided perhaps he went off to the north. So we went along that trail where we ran into a village of Vestini.
Vistani.
That's right. We heard a story about a mage that had been through about a year ago and had fought an epic battle with a volunteer army against the evil Strahd. He lost in an epic ending, and he died, which gives us a lot of confidence in our future. There we met the Madam Eva. She greeted us by names and she knew our backgrounds. She decided to answer our questions with riddles because D&D. She pulled out several cards, 5 cards total. The first one, knowledge, represented by the wizard. The hint was a wizard tower. Let his name and his servants guide you. The second was the holy symbol, represented by the abjurer. A house guarded by a stone dragon. Look for the highest peak. The third was a weapon, which Nick has already claimed, represented by a thief at the crossroads of life and death. The fourth was the one who will help you, represented by a dungeon. Look for a young man surrounded by wealth and madness. And the fifth was our enemy, represented by the card the artifact. Being in a place of light and a sacred place of light. So the party decided, after all those clues, not really knowing what to do, that we would head back to the crossroads where the gallows were. And being completely prepared, as we always are, we didn't stop to ask if they had any healing potions or even a shovel. We just went. We found a grave, and Nick started digging, and digging hard, because Nick, mine, has already decided that the sword is going to be his.
I want to interject here a moment.
Nope.
I claim
Nope.
mine.
Shh.
Yes,
Shh.
because nobody offered to help dig.
Hold on. This is a recap.
Several of us were standing guard when we noticed this big raven kind of looking at the gallows, looking at us with an evil eye. Touching my bow, the raven mysteriously got the message and buzzed off. We continued to dig until we were set upon by 3 direwolves, and we had an epic battle where an absolutely unforgivable mistake was made, and Tibble went down. Let me just point out, he went down in the very first battle of this campaign against a random group of mobs.
Was it the first round?
Second round. Second round, first combat.
I also want to point out that Raven did a fantastic job doing a lot of damage, but it was Jimmy mine that ended up with the 3 killing blows.
Jimmy mine.
There. So, episode 1 was A New Hope of a Great Adventure. Episode 2 was the evil Strahd's Empire striking back, and now we begin episode 3, which is the return of the Tibble. Off to you, DM.
How much of that did you
Excellent
write down
job.
in advance?
Just notes.
That was beautiful.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty good.
I love
I
it.
just like that it's going to change from Jimmy 2 Squalls to Jimmy 3 Mines.
Whatever. All I'm saying is, Ryder's the only one who offered to help me dig it up. Everybody else was going to watch.
We were standing guard.
Yeah, only after Jason suggested it.
Hey, you're just lucky. Otherwise, those 3 direwolves would have killed someone.
What do you mean? I flat out said I am going to stand guard as you dig this up.
Raider and I were fine. That's all I'm saying. We would have been fine without you.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to get in character real quick.
Okay, so I've added our stuff for the stream. That's perfect.
I think your eyes should be closed.
Yeah. You should be gasping in pain.
Oh.
Okay, so I gotta fix the Labels. They're off. How did they get off like that?
I think it's the order
Did you
somebody
pin
joins.
them?
Yeah, but I. All right.
It's the order people join in, if that's what you're asking about. If that's what's
It's
off.
not that. I had them all
Oh.
labeled correctly. Let's see.
Oh.
This is Jimmy, Nick, Rabbit 3 is correct. Rabbit 4 is just Rabbit 1 needs fixed. There we go. Rabbit 1 is Tibble, Scott. Okay. There. Now everyone's labels match.
You misspelled Jimmy. I think it's Mine.
Jim mine.
Oh man. So
I'm just saying, the spoils should go to the ones who would make best use of them.
Which probably won't end up being you.
See, John understands.
So, I'm going to go ahead and let's reset the initiative count here. Bloop, back to round 1. So, yes, you are digging up the grave. Raider is helping a little more fervently this time. Vermeil stabilized Tibble, and you guys will get a short rest during the digging up of this grave. So, I'm going to apply a short rest. Those of you who want to spend hit dice may do so.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Does anybody have any hit dice left?
I have one.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, Vermeil's fine. Okay, Tibble is out of hit dice.
I didn't have to use the one hit dice. I figured why not.
Sure. No, I get it. Okay, so Tibble's out of hit dice. Raider
I
and
only have
Jimmy
5
have one
wounds.
left, and Vermeil still got undamaged perfect health. So good for him. So Jimmy and Raider continue digging into the grave, and it's not too long after that before you strike something hard and hollow. And after a little bit of digging, you have reached the bottom of the grave and hit the casket lid. It's
Good.
it's a really old wood. It's rotted. It wouldn't take much to just bust through the casket if you don't
I wanna
want to dig
hold
out the whole clear grave.
I want to hold up my crowbar and say, lads, the right tool for the right job. And I'm going to go to town.
Okay. You easily smash open the casket, and there is a rotted skeleton inside. It's mostly, the sides of the casket have actually already caved in. It's mostly earth. There's a lot of worms, but you can see the bones in there and the shredded remnants of whatever clothing it was wearing. If you had to guess, it was some kind of leather tunic and leggings. There's you notice there's some jewelry. There's a gold chain around the neck, the spine. You can see 2 rings that look to be of decent value. One's got a very large black pearl set into it. Both of them are on the right hand. One big thick ring on his middle finger, and then his thumb has another ring that's looks like it's just like sapphires and rubies alternating in a band. 2 very nice rings.
Just real quick, that ring is not cursed by chance, is it? The one with the black pearl?
You could make an Arcana check, I guess.
Curse of the Black Pearl.
Coin them.
Curse the black pearl. See, John and Scott.
I get it. I get it. I'm just not entertaining you today.
Sorry.
Serious.
So the only other item of note is a worn sword hilt.
All right.
That is just laying to the left side, and the skeleton actually is grasping it in its skeletal claw.
I want to say, where the hell's the rest of it? And rest free from skeletal grip.
Okay.
It's a lightsaber.
You wrest the sword hilt free of its skeletal grasp, and it's not hard. There's not any flesh or anything. The bones crack a little bit. It comes loose. The hilt is old, and the it's got mud crusted into the weave of the guard. It's pretty banged up and dingy looking. It's not amazing.
No?
Can I look at it? I
Of
don't wanna
course.
get-
He's unconscious. I don't know he's awake now.
No,
That's right.
I'm
That's right.
conscious.
No, he's
yeah.
come to.
I forgot that.
This
Okay.
He hit dice.
Are there any is there any writing on the hilt that we can discern? Any religious symbols?
Is there any metal? Like at the base?
No. Actually, looking at the base of it, there is a you can see where there used to be a blade, and there's a little shard down in there, and when you look at it, it looks like glass poking out of the hilt. But just like a little shard, maybe a half an inch tall. That's definitely been broken off and like sheared away.
And there's no writing on it that says this belongs to so and so.
Feel free to make a history check. There is writing on it. It's in a language that's kind of hard to make out.
Oh, that is my jam.
Okay?
Language? What language?
Tibble did one roll. It's in a common tongue, but it's in a
I
very
have a
old.
lot of-
It's
I
in a
want to
very
spit
old
on it and
script.
use my shirt to wipe the mud off.
Yeah,
Okay.
language is like my thing, though.
Okay. So history check with proficiency bonus.
I don't have proficiency in it. Okay.
So you'll get your
Whoa.
proficiency bonus then.
Your stream looks to have frozen.
I don't know how to do that.
Really?
It is frozen, yeah. He's right.
It looks fine to me. Rich, is the stream frozen for you?
Let me refresh.
It's working for me.
Yeah, I think it's you, Nick.
Oh, Scott said it first, I think, or somebody said it first.
And me. I'll just
Are you going to
refresh.
roll, Brian?
Yeah.
Whatever.
There we
Yeah.
go. Okay.
I've refreshed. It's fine.
As you're both looking at it, it's got an inscription across the hilt, and one of you, Tibble's the one who actually is able to find some script that you recognize. It's letters, and it's the word Sergei. Sergei.
Is that some kind of name?
I mean, you've heard the name Sergei before.
Yeah, like Siegfried and Roy and Sergei. I don't know.
Sounds like a sword master or something, or whoever owned the sword.
I'm gonna look inside the coffin for anything else, like maybe some parchment or something, or some kind of clue, or
Okay.
maybe more of it.
You might want to grab those rings.
Give me an
Oh, yeah, of
investigation
course.
check.
I mean,
course. Investigation.
Oh, so you are going to rob the corpse?
Yeah, why not? I mean, he's not. He doesn't need it.
Cool.
he doesn't.
Give me a second.
Roll for initiative, right?
We already took the sword. Is that not robbing?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Okay.
Okay.
So,
In for a penny,
inventory.
in for a pound. I swear to God, that black pearl ring is cursed.
2 rings from corpse. Okay, I'm just going to put those in the party treasure.
Okay. He'd want us to have it.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't really care what he wants at this point. That's ours.
Do.
Raider suggests to look for hidden compartments.
Yep. Like move the corpse and check underneath the body. Break the bottom of the casket, make sure it's earth.
Check for inscription on the underside of the coffin lid.
Okay, I need investigation checks. Oh, I already got
Okay,
one. I
I'll
got
do
one. I'm
that.
sorry.
Check the underside of the lid. Check for
Okay.
compartments or anything else.
You find. The only other thing you find, both of you notice it because you can both read Thieves' Cant. You do find a message on the underside of the coffin lid
Okay.
that says it. I don't have the exact wording, but it because Thieves' Cant is more of a message, not exact words, but it gets across basically, you were the best thief there ever was, but it finally caught up with you, you son of a bitch.
Well, that's not very helpful. Wonder what caught up with him.
It's not signed.
It is
I don't
not
know.
signed.
Okay.
One of his fellow thieves.
Okay.
Anyone else wonder what it is?
A little bit. Well, we should I mean, there's no. We should just place the coffin lid back down and rebury it. I mean, it's not like we have no class.
Okay.
Plus, we don't want people thinking like we're grave robbers,
Right.
even if we are.
Nah, we're not grave robbers. We're acquiring necessary supplies. We're foragers.
You tell yourself what you need. I'll be honest about it to myself.
Whatever
Okay.
makes you happy.
Okay.
It's not like it's doing him any good, though. I mean,
So do you
6
have
feet
athletics or
under.
anything to fill up, like just kicking the dirt back into the grave?
Okay. You rebury the corpse. The earth is obviously churned up, so it's obvious somebody dug a grave up. But a couple days, the earth will settle again.
Yeah. I'm gonna give the thieves' prayer. Better you than me. And be on my way.
All right. Inspiration for Jimmy.
All right.
So, what would you like to do now?
I want to clean the hilt up.
Okay. Yeah, you're possible to clean it up. There's actually a large sapphire, like a smooth blue sapphire, set into the center of the hilt, like right at the cross guard. The guard is. It looks like at one point it was wrapped with leather, but now it's just bare metal. The metal's striated. It actually has a very comfortable grip. The hilt is extremely light for its size. It has a large hole in the bottom of the hilt where maybe, at first you thought maybe like there was a gem set there and it came out, but now as you look at it more, you think it was actually made that way, possibly for maybe tying favors to it, etc. And the crossguard is solid platinum, at least some kind of platinum alloy, and extends out very wide. This looks like this. It had to be the hilt of a longsword at one point in time.
Okay.
A very nice longsword.
Does of which I'm proficient in, by the way. Does the hole in the hilt look like it would match that black pearl?
You are proficient as a blacksmith, aren't you? Wasn't that what you took your skill in? Was it smithing or carpentry?
It was carpentry.
Oh, it was
I
carpentry.
think.
No, they don't look like they were part of a set. In fact, the ring with the pearl in it and the one with the other thumb ring are actually, as far as jewelry goes, pretty tacky. They're the kind of things that like a poor thief who got rich would buy. Whereas
Maybe.
this sword hilt is like, it looks like the kind of sword a prince or a king would have.
Maybe Madame Eva would have more information for us.
Yeah, she was very helpful the first time.
She led us to the sword. Hilt.
As long
I
as
still
we
think
go
there's
somewhere
ways
with
to
food,
get out of it.
fine.
Yeah. Otherwise, we can go to town as well. Maybe we can study it while we rest tonight.
What time of day is it?
It's past midday, getting into the afternoon.
So,
It's always hard to tell. The lighter spot in the dark sky is getting closer to the horizon.
we need to hurry.
But it's always overcast. Like the sun just doesn't shine here. You would say you probably have 3 or 4, probably 4 hours until dark.
So,
Let me pass it for a second. perception.
So basically, town or Madame Eva. We can't do both.
You guys
We
all
probably
suck at
do
perception,
either
don't
one.
you? Vermeil, being as you're the only one not
I don't
asking
suck, I'm
questions about the
proficient.
sword, you notice on a scraggly tree it's missing all of its leaves, just kind of sitting out by the crossroad by itself, down the fork that heads back towards the village of Barovia. You see you're pretty sure it's the same raven. The thing's huge. I mean, it's probably 1.5 feet tall, sitting on one of the branches watching you guys.
Well, I'm sure it's just going to keep watching us. So do you guys think we should go to town or Madame Eva? Because I think town's probably our next best bet.
Sure. I'm okay.
I don't think
Fine.
Eva has anything more for us.
Okay. She did say she was sent for us.
Yeah, we can go to town.
All right,
Okay.
town it is. Let's find an inn for the night. I want to get out before darkness falls.
Okay. You
You might not want to mention that sword hilt to anyone.
Oh, I'm not. We spend some more time checking it out, and then, worst case, if it is nothing, we can always pawn it.
Yeah.
Always ask about Sergey and just don't say where it's from.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can also say Sergey a couple of times, stroking your sword hilt.
That's... Yes.
I thought that was a Nick joke. Not you, Scott.
all right? You
Mostly.
you head east on the road towards Barovia, which, as a reminder, if you guys don't remember the last time you were there, the road kind of loops down to the south after it gets near the river, Ivlis, and then it curls back north, northeast.
excuse me.
And
Yeah, is
get
that
you guys-
bridge really like a quarter-mile long?
I want to top off my water skin with
no.
a
The bridge crosses at that point, but the bridge it's wide enough for 2 carts to ride abreast.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if that was actually the scale on the bridge or they're just showing, by the way, bridge here.
No, that's just by the way bridge here.
Here be bridge.
So I'm going to reveal a little more of the map here. Because as you get into the valley, now that the fog, the horrible penetrating fog when you first got here, has broken, you can actually see a lot farther. It's still overcast and hard to make out a lot of detail, but you can see farther. So, we will do that. I will put you guys heading into town. And let's sync the map up there. So, you return to the village of Barovia. Do you guys need a reminder of what Barovia looks like or anything?
Kind of run down.
there
depressed.
still-
Well, here's an idea of the architecture. This is a good picture of the architecture.
It's really wide. It's like a 360 photo.
No, it's just what the Seriously?
It's loading. I haven't seen it yet. Okay, there. It hadn't loaded yet. Oh,
I was
very
just
nice.
saying that's what the architecture's like.
So kind of medieval Gothic.
Yeah,
Very
Victorian.
that's actually the perfect
Tudor
description.
style.
It's medieval Gothic. So, it is such a large picture. There you go.
Yeah, very wide.
Looks good.
There,
It's pretty cool though. I love the detail.
I had to resize it a little bit till I could get it to fit. But anyways, I got that. I'll just leave it up here.
Oh wow, it's even wider than I thought it was. Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
oh,
there's a
guys,
lot of freaking
Yeah.
houses on it.
Scroll
Oh,
to the
that's
right
what's that.
more.
Jason,
Yeah.
on
So,
your stream,
I
you're
will-
not showing the players.
Yeah, I'll switch it over now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that is what the basic houses look like in Barovia. So, the dense fog is broken a little bit. There's you have a much better look at the very muddy ground that kind of slicks over all of the wet cobblestones. Each of the houses are still just pools of blackness, and you. I believe initially mentioned wanting to go back to what was it called? You wanted to go back to that house, right?
Yes, the one with
Which
the light
house?
coming out.
Not the house. I'm sorry.
The store, right?
The Bill Dress Mercantile.
Yes.
That was the place you stopped before. It does appear to still be open. I'm going to switch over to our Barovia map here. Zoom the map in a little bit. Sync client view. Okay, so I'm gonna close the village portraits for now. I won't close them. I'll minimize it.
Do we still hear wailing, by the way, like we did before, or no?
Yeah.
No, you do not still hear wailing.
Okay, just checking.
So
I'm
I'm gonna you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put some tokens on the map to kind of help you guys remember where stuff's at here.
okay.
Letter tokens. Small. So the mercantile is this building here. Oh, that's awful tiny. Let me see if I got a bigger token than that.
Let's see. Let's scroll out here.
Medium, mercantile. Okay, that's better.
Okay.
So the M is the mercantile. There also appears to be a tavern up to the north. You notice as you're walking into town, there's a sign above it that says Blood of the Vine Tavern.
Do we know if it has
And-
room and board or just food?
You do not know right now. In fact, I'll
Okay.
put you on the street. I won't commit you to where you guys are going.
Okay. And Mercantile probably the best bet. Get some healing potions if we can.
Mm-hmm.
With what money?
That's a good question. What money do we have? Well, we can sell those rings. That'd be a
Sure.
good start.
Do those rings have any like words or anything on them that link them to a dead dude?
No, that's a good question. And no, the rings do not appear to have anything that indicates where they came from or who they belong to. They don't actually even look like that unique. Like, you've seen a bunch of gold rings with a pearl set in them. Like, they don't have any type of fancy, oh, I've never seen a ring set like this. So there's not anything that would differentiate them from, you know, oh, this was obviously the craftsmanship of Sir Mercantile or whatever. So the building's about 70 feet long, 40 feet wide.
Which one is that?
The Bildrith Mercantile.
Okay.
And then up to the north to the Blood of the Vine Tavern. You can see a single shaft of light thrusting illumination into the main square. Its brightness looks like a solid pillar in the heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood of the Vine Tavern. That building's about 60 feet square.
Is Blood of the Vine like some term for wine or something?
History. Actually, no. No history. You don't need history. Yes, Blood of the Vine is... Blood of the Vine is basically a reference. It's an old reference to wine.
Okay.
As you're looking at the sign, you do notice that it used to say "Blood on the Vine," "Blood of the Vine." But as you look closer, you can see someone has scratched out the N and scratched an F over it. So now it says "Blood of the Vine."
Very nice. So what do you think, lads?
Let's see if we can go to the mercantile and get some healing potions.
Aye.
Okay. You head into the mercantile, and there is an older gentleman. He's kind of barrel-chested, a lot of stubble. Doesn't look like he's too interested in what he looks like. His eyes light up when you walk in. He looks eager. Introduces himself as Bildrath. Bildrath Kentamir. You look as though you are brave adventurers. I suppose you are looking for supplies, yes?
Aye, lad, that we be.
I'm not. That's great. I love that he's doing an accent.
That's dwarf, isn't it? That's too much dwarf in that.
No, I thought it was great.
Yes.
Well then,
Yes.
what might you be in the
feeling
market
it.
for?
We're gonna party potions of healing, yeah?
Yeah, I'd like to step up and talk to him. Like, yeah, we need some. We're looking for any potions of healing, or just to see what's available. Try to be buddy with him.
He like holds his hands up like you're trying to rob him, and he's like, I don't know what kind of place you think this is. Potions of healing? Are you kidding? I have rope. Do you need rope? Maybe you need sword. I have many swords.
Is it a sword of healing?
Yes, you think you're very funny.
Like it's a joke.
He actually looks really pissed at first, like he's gonna like pull out a hammer and hit you in the face with it. But as Vermeil starts to laugh, like that's funny, he's kind of like it's very forced. But seeing that he might be threatening his sale, he eases up.
I'm going to say, I hate to waste your twine, but do you know where we could find potions of healing?
Do you really say I hate to waste your twine?
Oh my god!
Please don't. I can't laugh at that one. I just can't.
You can't dad joke this guy. All right. He says, no, nobody has anything like that.
Really? You can't even himp us a little?
Can I just smack him, like, not in the game, like, I'm thinking of driving to Texas.
Look,
and just...
If you're really
I'm
that
not
desperate,
going to take no for an answer.
if you're that desperate, I could probably find you a potion, but it will cost you very, very lot of gold.
That's all right. I think we're tied up at the moment.
Oh my god! It just doesn't end.
No, it's going to end right there. I'm afraid that's it.
Oh, come on! Stop it! Jesus.
I'm coming unwound.
Jesus Christ.
Perhaps you have some bandages.
Yes, I have many medicine kits. It will cost you much gold. How much do you have? I don't know if this is something we can even do business.
How much is it?
Let me get you a healer's kit. Hold on.
I don't know how much. I would figure I would probably have a rough idea.
50 pieces of gold.
50? Does it come with a hooker?
What?
50, by the way, is about 10 times what it should normally cost.
Are you throwing your mother in with that deal?
Do you always insult your customers with these outrageous prices?
That is the price in the Valley of Borovia. If you don't like my prices, you can go somewhere else.
I think you're just stringing us along. Are you telling me that all you sell is rope?
I said I have swords. I have swords. I have armor. What do you need?
Nothing
It
at
seems
those
as though my
prices.
prices are too much for you. Don't worry. When you need something, you'll be back.
No, we won't.
Last town I was in, I could get a kit like that for maybe 5 gold, 4 gold when I gave them a smile. I don't see how you could charge 50.
Oh, perhaps you should go back to that town. Let me know how things go at the gate.
I'm gonna look at him and square in the eye. How about this? We give you 8 gold. And look the party, and I don't break your thumbs.
What?
You say that
Are
you are
you
going to break my thumbs.
Crazy?
Yeah, I want to do it.
You'll break my thumbs.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do an inspiration with that. That's okay. Hang
Oh
on.
my god, are
Double-
you just...
Hold on,
How
he's
much of
getting
a
some-
dumb shit
Hey,
are you? We
He's
don't
getting some
need this.
Intimidation going.
Yeah, but we don't need this. We
Okay.
may actually need him for later.
Okay, he
He's
actually
a
looks
merchant in town.
genuinely scared. Like he realizes, oh crap, you're serious. And he steps back and he goes, Periwinkle! Periwinkle! The back door to the storeroom bursts open, and a guy steps out who's probably 6'8", 6'9", just massive. Arms are probably 40-inch biceps. He's just like, "Woof, woof," and he steps out and he goes, "Yep, Paul." And he
Raider
goes,
says good luck, said Jimmy, and steps out the door.
Oh my god. You just burned a fucking bridge with us. Not to mention he knows people in the town. They all seem pretty fucking connected.
You know, I'm gonna look at his son and say, hang on.
Before you can speak, Beldrath says, "He says he will break my thumbs. Stop them." Periwinkle goes, "You need to get out of here now." And he starts boom, boom, just stomping
I'm just
towards
leaving.
you. He reaches down out of his pocket. He pulls out a club that's like 2 feet long. There's just like stuffed in his pants
So it's like
pocket.
a table leg?
Yeah, maybe. It's just a piece of
Alright.
wood.
Are you going outside, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, is anyone
fight
attempting
that.
to
When you
stay
go
in there?
outside, I want to physically tell you right now. This is a town. We are strangers here.
Uh-huh.
We don't have anything here. You need to treat these people nicely.
They don't
This
have
guy
anything
probably
here.
knows people everywhere else. Where are we gonna stay? Out in the woods with the fucking dire wolves?
Ah, the
We gotta
tavern.
think a little bit before we act. This isn't the
Yeah.
sea. We don't have a boat to sleep on.
I just look at him and go,
I'm gonna go to the
Mm.
tavern now. I'm just done
Alright.
with Jimmy. But Jesus, dude, think.
Periwimple, standing at the door, has his arms crossed. He's massive. He's obviously extremely retarded as well. I mean, you can just in his face, he's retarded. He says,
so he and Jimmy have something in common at least.
I'm not the one making the rope jokes.
"Paul says if you come back, everything's double." And then he shuts the door.
I don't know. Maybe we can find the cure for his retarded son and you'll like us more.
Come on, let's go to the inn and tie one on.
Okay, you head over to the Blood of the Vine Tavern.
That definitely backfired. Next time
No.
I'll ask him if he has
Because you
No,
know,
it went-
a merchant's not going to have some kind of way of fighting.
I don't
off
know.
people.
It went. You succeeded in intimidating him. He just had a bigger intimidation
Yes.
ace up his sleeve.
So as you walk up to the door of the tavern, it's really definitely very shoddy. It looks as though at one time this might have been a very amazing building, like a huge mead hall, but now it's just a rundown giant shack. There's dust and cobwebs everywhere. The wood's creaking. The paint's damn near all peeled off. As you step in
Is
the
this
door,
the only inn in town?
it's the only one you've seen coming in. All the rest look like regular residences.
Okay.
There's a blazing fire in the hearth,
That's nice.
but weirdly enough, the room is still chilly. You see a few huddled souls within. There's a barkeep sitting at a tavern at the bar, wiping glasses and stuff. There are 3 brightly colored, or guys in brightly colored outfits that look a lot like Vistani to you, sitting closer at a table that's close to the hearth. You can see all 3 of them are drinking wine from what would pass for a nice glass here, and picking at, it looks like some cheese and a loaf of bread. And there's one more man who's sitting on the opposite side of the room, kind of back in the, not like the brightest corner, like near one of the lamps. And he seems to be brooding over a glass. When you walk in, he actually looks up at you and who's the 2 best insights?
Let me just check mine. I don't even know.
Boy, you
Mine-
it'd be
Read
Tibble.
it.
Tibble,
Alright.
you can see his face kind of lights up at the sight of you, like he's definitely glad that you walked in. He looks something like that, and he waves you over to his table.
That's a Vistani? Is that right?
He is
No,
not a
just
Vistani.
a-
There are 3
He's
guys
not
who
Vistani,
look
okay.
like Vistani sitting over by the hearth.
Okay. And real quick,
Sure,
is
let's
it colder
go
in here
talk to
than
him.
it is outside, or would you say it's about the same or warmer than outside?
It's warmer, but not as big as that fire is. It feels like it should be warmer.
Okay.
It could just be that the
Sure.
building's really drafty. It could be there's a supernatural evil lingering over the building. So,
Okay.
who knows?
Sure, I walk
Downtown.
over and I go,
I'll walk over and say hello.
I'm gonna order a beer.
Raider's hungry. He's getting us food.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a Raider.
Are you guys going to the table or over to the bar?
I'm going to the table.
I'm gonna
going
flag.
to tell
I'm
you.
gonna flag the bar winch down.
I'm gonna tell Jimmy to be nice.
Okay.
Aye, lad. Aye. We're burning up bridges today.
Okay. The man introduces himself as Ismark. He says, "Hello, my name is Ismark. You are new in Barovia, yes?
Yes.
Aye.
Please join me. I will buy you wine. Buy you a meal, please. I would be very interested in talking to you."
All right.
You had me at meal.
I'll sit down.
Okay.
Raiders'
Yep.
ears perk up, and he sits with him.
I'll
Okay.
sit down, and if possible, I'm going to sit down in a chair where I can keep kind of an eye on the Vistani as well.
Sure. You guys could even arrange the chairs to where none of you have your backs to them.
I'll put my back in. Let's not be super obvious about it.
So the Ismark walks up to the bar. He speaks to the bartender, tells them they need a pitcher of wine. They need glasses, bread, cheese, and his best meat. He comes back to sit down. He's got a large clay pitcher of red wine, and he starts pouring glasses for everyone.
I want to lean over to Vermeil and say, "Have you seen any cows since we got here?"
It's best not to think of such things.
Tibble doesn't drink his, by the way.
So, Ismark ask you how you got here. Where did you come from? He's never seen you around Barovia before, but you look like you can handle yourselves.
We just came in with some Vistani.
Stanimir, if you've heard of him.
No, I am sorry. I do not know Stanimir. You notice the three Vistani are looking up and interested. They've definitely overheard the name Vistani.
Just traveling merchant. No one of consequence.
Why are you here, and how long have you been here?
It is not something I would speak of here. I was hoping perhaps I could take you back to my place, and I could make a proposition.
Well, meet my friend Jimmy.
So quiet you. So is your place here in town?
Yes. My father is the burgomaster of the town.
Did you say burgomaster? Like burglar?
Burgomaster.
Burgo.
Governor, mayor, kinda. Head of the town.
Okay. Aye. I mean, would you put us up for the night?
Yes, of course.
Can't argue with that.
We know what a burgomaster is, right? That's
Yes,
not a new term.
yes.
All right. So yeah, let's finish our meal and can go to his place unless anybody else wants to do anything else.
Free food.
Are the
This guy
Vistani?
seems slightly wealthy compared to everyone else.
His clothes are very nice compared to the other people you've seen in the streets.
Are the Vistani still
Pay for our
taking an
food.
interest, or are they kind of? Going
They
back to
seem to be talking to themselves, but they they looked over at the mention of Stanimir. They don't really pursue it, so your guess is they at least have a decent idea of like they probably know how you got here at the mention
All
of
right.
Stanimir.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a little bit of time until your meal arrives.
Right.
I'll just make small talk with him, try to figure out anything I can about him. But
Okay.
Maybe he knows about tell us about the town. You know.
yeah,
Sure. The basic things, he kind of info dumps what he knows. Barovia itself, the village of Barovia, is has laid in the shadow of Castle Ravenloft for a very long time, hundreds and hundreds of years. Um, his father is the burgomaster, and has, collected the taxes for the town and paid fealty to the Devil's Strahd. Um, Barovia is not a happy land. Um, One of the things he could tell you. A lot of it you already know. Strahd von Zarovich is a vampire. He dwells in Castle Ravenloft. Nobody's welcome in the castle. He cursed the land because of a forgotten sin of his ancestors. They know. They know that anyone who tries to leave the land of Barovia begins to choke on the fog. If you don't turn back, you'll die. There have been a lot of strangers that have come to Barovia over the years, but all of them either die or disappear. Usually pretty quickly.
Does he know why the Vistani can leave?
He has heard a legend that the Vistani are able to leave. They do seem to be the only people that have any joy in their lives in Barovia. There are wolves.
So people born here just like they're fine living out their miserable life.
I don't think they have a choice.
I'm not telling him that, but that's basically what it is.
Yeah, you get that impression. As a matter of fact, just from you've probably seen a dozen people as you came into the town. You would say most of them look like they're in a trance. Most of them look like they're strung out on Ritalin or something. Like,
Okay.
not really any emotional state.
Dog, get away from my monitor.
His father is named Kolyan Indirovich, and he's the burgomaster.
Dog.
He can tell you a little bit more about Barovia. In the center of Barovia, up to if you continue to follow the Svalich Road to the west, after it winds up into the mountains and goes through a pass, you'll arrive at the village of the town of Valakai. It's in the very heart of the valley. The burgomaster there is Baron Vargas Valakovich. And beyond that, there is a fortified village of Kresk, and that lies at the very west end of the valley. It's built around an old abbey, and the village burgomaster there is named Dmitry Kreskov.
Does he have any maps of the countryside back at his house?
He does have some maps. They're pretty good maps. He could get you one when you return to the house after you've eaten. About the only thing he knows about Barovia, because it's not like he leaves the village very often. He could tell you the only economy in Barovia really, or really I wouldn't say the economy. The only reason to live is probably wine. Like it's like the only break from the dreary, monotonous, horrible life of living in Barovia. And that wine comes from a winery that's even further past Kresk, and that is called the Wizard of Wines.
What can you tell us about Beldrath Cantemir, the guy at the Beldrath Mercantile?
He is a crook, one of the wealthiest men in the town, because he's the only one. He has the only supply shop that hasn't mysteriously burned down, been robbed, or ravaged by wolves or bats or whatever.
He charges ridiculous prices.
Yes. Well, there is a. It's not that he doesn't sell things very often, and when he does, typically it's to my family or to the church, and we have arrangements with them to get discounted prices. But yeah, he will definitely take advantage of outsiders. It's not like you have anywhere else to buy equipment from. As a matter of fact,
Is there better shops in the other towns?
I would be I would be fibbing if I tried to answer that. I don't actually know. I've only been to Valakai once as a boy, and I've never been to Kresk.
Why
Can you
not?
tell?
It's very dangerous to travel these roads.
Can you
We-
tell
I
us about the wizard that came through about a year ago and fought Strahd?
I only know of an old legend of a mad wizard of great power that haunts the foothills of Mount Baratok.
What's that wizard's name?
I don't know. He's an outsider though, and he's no friend of the Devil Strahd.
Where's Mount Veritok?
To the north, it is north of Lake Zarovich.
what's that noise?
That's my phone.
Oh, thought somebody was humming.
Eric, the bartender, brings over a large tray with food on it. It has some more cheeses, another loaf of rye bread, and a meat. It's cold, thin slice rolls. Might be pork. The main description I would give for the food is bland. Honestly, the wine is probably the only thing that has any taste. The meat has the consistency of meat, but it doesn't have much flavor. And the cheese has the consistency of cheese, but again, it's bland. The bread is gritty and it's not great. Everything needs wine to get it down.
All right.
So basically, you have to be an alcoholic here. Got it.
poor
Oh, Tibble's
poor
not
Tibble.
eating. He could choke it down. He's got monk lungs. Wizard
Monk
of the
fish
North, blah, blah, blah. I'm interested in seeing the maps when we get there.
Is there any chemists or alchemists in town?
I don't. Pretty sure the answer to that's no, but let me think about that. No. No, you've pretty much been to all the places of note here. There is.
Okay.
No, that's it. There's the Mercantile. There's the Blood of the Vine Tavern. There's the Burgomaster's Mansion. There's a church. That's really covers it all.
Okay.
So while we're eating, I just want to mention that earlier we were passing through town and we heard this weird like crying noise. But when we come back, it's not going on. Does he know what that was?
That was Mad Mary.
Who is she?
She actually lives just south of Beldress shop. She's grieving about something terrible. I must admit, I did not get involved.
Okay.
Is it best to not get involved?
That is what I do. I cannot. I have bigger issues to worry about. Ones
Where
that
does
I
she
wish to
live?
speak with you about. She's just south of the Burgomeister. She is
Alright.
just not Burgomeister. She is just south of Beldress shop.
Okay.
It's the next house down. I know it had something to do with her daughter.
All right. Perhaps we can render her assistance sometime.
Is she wealthy? Is Mad Mary wealthy?
She has one of the larger estates in the city. Or I'm
That's
sorry,
promising.
he doesn't say city. He says village. She has one of the larger estates in the village, but I couldn't speak to her assets.
And perhaps later, but it sounds like you have more pressing matters.
I could wait here for you if you would like to check on Mad Mary. I could go with you if you want.
She can wait.
No, this is fine.
Okay.
She'll still be mad later.
Not she
I want
going
to see
anywhere.
those maps.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Did
So,
you get the impression that he's up and up? I mean,
Insight.
Stand up man. An upright man.
He seems very genuine with you. He also seems to be a bit ashamed about not checking. When he talks about Mary, he seems a bit ashamed.
I find it interesting that he doesn't want to get involved with Mary, but he's very anxious to talk to a group of 4 strangers.
I would like to, like, without sounding like it, kind of figure out if, like, his father just basically runs his life and he's basically the whipping boy for his daddy or his errand boy or whatever.
That's interesting you mentioned that. As you're thinking about it, you actually overhear one of the Vistani refer to him as Ismark the Lesser.
Nice.
And that it actually kind of makes sense. You think, oh, and yes, it does appear that he lives completely in the shadow of his father. You can kind of read between the lines. He hasn't gotten involved with Mary because his father wouldn't approve of it. Because the burgomaster can't running around. The guy who runs the village cannot run around worrying about every little person's problems.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to the burgomaster.
Okay. You head you head east out of the village. Boop-doo-doo. Boop-boop-a-doo. Not east. I'm sorry. You head north. What am I saying?
Isn't that the church? Aren't we going to his house?
Oh, he's south. Yeah, that is the church to the north. Sorry. Never mind.
I didn't think they'd have like a cemetery at the house. But maybe
Try that again. Okay, so you head south. I'm going to sync the map up. Yeah, actually, you do walk right past Mad Mary's. And as you do, you actually can still hear sobbing. It's not nearly the wail that it used to be, but there is still a moaning sob that's floating through the still gray streets. Colors your thoughts with sadness. It's flowing from the sound is coming from the upper window of a dark 2-story townhouse. You notice the front door is wide open.
No, thank you.
You know, it reminds me of. Anybody thinking the Taroka?
What's it remind you from the Taroka?
To help the mad lady?
What? Is that one of them?
Yeah, that's specifically the passage. I just didn't want to say
Which one?
No. That was a passage, but it got rescinded.
That was I had read the wrong passage to you.
Oh, okay, so it's not one then. Okay.
Yeah. We're looking for the Wizard's Tower on a lake. Let the Wizard's name and servant guide you to that. What you see?
I'm so proud I had one.
A fallen house guarded by a great stone dragon. Look to the highest peak. I think we found the thief one.
So you're saying we don't have to help her? That
that
works
out.
for me. I'm not going to help her then.
Oh,
'cause-
search for a troubled young man surrounded by wealth and madness. His home is his prison.
As you continue
this guy.
walking past Mary's house, you notice as the front door is creaking in the breeze. We should clarify that. There's not really enough of a breeze to push a heavy wooden door. Yet, this is screeching on its hinges back and forth closed. And as it swings open one time and then slips shut, you realize there are boards with nails in it that have been pried loose. It looks like this door had been boarded up from the inside.
Perhaps we should close the door for her. Do her a favor.
No. Are you a good-hearted soul, or are you here to try to talk to a burgomeister and maybe make some money as we find out how to get the fuck out of here?
Glad you had me at money.
I know. Let's go to the burgomeister.
Okay.
Hey, Green Fox.
As you reach the burgomeister's mansion, there is a wary-looking mansion squatting behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside while the left swings lazily in the wind. A stuttering squeal and a clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. There are weeds choking the grounds and pressing with menace upon the house itself. Yet, against the walls, all growth has been tramped down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls. Great black marks tell of fires that have assailed the mansion. Not one pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with the stains of evil omen.
Cheery place.
Yeah, this is
Uh,
Nice.
Is this a
you
new
guys all
thing,
have
or have you always boarded up your windows?
As you're looking around at it, you can see these weeds and stuff. There are wolf paw prints and human footprints all around. This is what has trampled all these weeds down.
He's a werewolf.
And as he has this look of just grief on his face. I will tell you more once we are inside. We have been facing very terrible times lately.
I'm gonna loosen my scabbard.
Okay. He walks up
I'll
the.
try to reassure him as we're going in, like, oh, it's all right. We all face troubles.
He walks up the front porch and he raps on the door in kind of a code, like a. And then you hear from the inside, Ismark? Is that you? Yes, sister. Please, open the door quickly. You hear her start undoing latches and bolts and locks, and then the door like heaves open, and you see a young, quite beautiful woman inside. She's pale-skinned, fiery red hair, cascades down her shoulders. She's very fit. She has very dark, bright eyes and thin eyebrows. She's very beautiful. She's definitely the most beautiful person you've seen here, and probably the most beautiful woman any of you have ever seen.
Very nice.
More beautiful than the Vistani girl I was with?
Oh, not even close. Yeah,
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah.
She is almost like a porcelain doll, except real. Like the perfect woman who's actually real. And you also all notice that she has her hands, as she's opening the door, her nails are short. You can see her hands are scuffed. All of you with sword training recognize the calluses of someone who's familiar with a blade.
Does she have a reflection?
You have nothing to see if she's reflecting it. She opens the door and stops, and she goes, oh, who are these people? And Ismark assures her that you are safe and that they hopefully are here to help, but they will at least hear you out. So she goes ahead and lets you in, and she slams the door shut. She pulls down a heavy beam over 2 iron brackets to bar the door, and then starts throwing deadbolts and chains and locks the door
Actually,
back.
offered to help her with locking up the door.
Okay.
Hey, can
I'm
we
gonna
take
ask
like
you,
a
what
3-minute break real quick?
Hiding
Sure.
from?
All right, I need about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
3 minutes it is.
I'm just here for Zorn's accents. Yeah, as we are, Fox, as are we all.
I keep messing up my pirate accent. Oh, that's funny. The first time I ever did a dwarf accent, Jason made fun of me for sounding like a dwarven pirate.
Yeah.
Now I just can't get it right.
Devil's gonna lean over to Jimmy and say, "Behave." Mm.
Don't die.
Mm.
Oh, I do have a picture of her.
Yeah, you got a picture of lesser. Let's see greater.
I'm pretty sure she's not named Ismark, though.
Oh yeah,
She
she's
is
pretty
not.
hot.
Kind of
Named
hot.
Ismark, that is.
She's pretty hot in a Anime kind of way.
If you're into that sort of thing. So. Yeah, I was all proud that I caught that reference and nobody seemed else to catch it. And then they're like, oh, it's not one of the things. Foiled again.
Is Brian taking a shit?
I don't know. He's overcome by the beauty. He had to take 5.
Just the description, not even needing the picture.
That's,
D&D is word art.
that's messed up.
I have an eye patch now.
Oh,
See?
nice. Oh, wow. Brian has
I
an
need
eye
it for when
patch.
I drive.
I'm going to ask her, what or whom are you boarding up against?
I didn't just mess that up, did I? I did just mess that up. God dang it. I know how to fix it now.
He's here for your accents.
Shit. Should be Jimmy, Vermeil, Raider, Tibble. Okay. Jimmy, Vermeil, Raider, Tibble. Sweet! I know how to rearrange the portraits now.
Cool.
So I can make you guys appear wherever I want. It's when you pin them in the reverse order you want them to show up. Or unpin them in a different order than you want them to show up. Okay, so, wait, I'm sorry, you want to ask her what now?
I'm going to ask her, what or whom is she boarding up against?
Well, that is complicated. The easiest way to put it is we have been attacked by the Devil's Strahd for 3 nights in a row. My father has passed away. He had a heart attack from the stress. And now we are in danger, serious danger and fear for our lives, and we are looking for someone who will help us. We are hoping that new strangers in our town will come to our aid. At the mention of that, you can smell kind of that sticky, nasty, sweet decay. And as you look out of the foyer into another large chamber, like a drawing room, there's a coffin in there that's open with all kinds of wildflowers and stuff that are shriveled up around it, trying to cover up the smell.
How long ago did he die?
Ismark says, it was 2 nights ago. We have been needing to take his body to have it buried so that it will not rise again. But no one is willing to help us make the trip. And we know that it will be too dangerous.
Where do you have to go?
We must take him to the church on the other side of the town. No one has been brave enough to help us take Kulian to the cemetery for a proper burial. If Irina asked if you would please help deliver her father's body. By the way, they kind of explain that Irina is she's a beautiful young woman, but she doesn't actually remember where she came from. She was found outside of the town, near the base of the cliff that leads up to Castle Ravenloft. And she was adopted by the Burgomaster family. She's very mild. She seems strong-willed. You, in the process of talking and looking over her father, you notice she has two bite marks, two puncture marks on the side of her neck. And Ismark tells you that Strahd has visited her twice now. And for some reason, he is obsessed with her. She doesn't really remember the encounters. They're very fuzzy memories. She just remembers a blazing hunger in his eyes. But wolves and other terrible undead creatures attack the house night after night. And 2 nights ago, her father passed away. Since he died, though, the house has not been attacked again.
Oh. So they haven't attacked since he died?
Yeah. Now, Ismark, after telling you that Strahd has been coming for her, he fears that Strahd is going to come again and take her. And normally when Strahd takes interest in a woman, the third time he visits, they're never seen again. So he desperately wants to get her out of here.
It's very close to nighttime, right?
It is. It is close to nighttime. Right now, Ismark, he wants you to help get Irina to Valakai. He'll go with you.
Like right this second?
No, not right this second. Especially not this second because Irina refuses to leave until her father's been buried.
Okay.
She says, I'll go with you. Like, if you would agree to take her to Valakai, she's like, there's no need to even discuss this, brother. Until we've buried our father, I am not leaving. So you can tell they're very tense about it, that this has been an issue between them.
Well, all right. So what's in it for us?
And that's his standard line. What's in it for me?
Ismark says, you would be earning the eternal gratitude of my family for helping those in need when no one else would.
Aren't you going to take whatever belongings and wealth you can?
You are welcome to whatever valuables we can provide you then. If money is the only motivation you have.
I would say it's the only motivation.
Irina says, I told you, brother, outsiders will not help us either. They are all motivated incorrectly. We will have to bury our father alone. No one will help us.
How far is the church from here? We could do this in half an hour.
It is, 15 minutes. It would take time to bury him, have a proper ceremony.
Do you have any shovels? Because Jimmy's shield doesn't work very well.
I do not understand your joke, yes? But
no,
the cemetery will have shovels.
Okay. So.
Let's do it before it's dark.
All right.
Let's go.
Morning.
Okay. What's
But
the
there's no
arrangement?
attacks that have been going on.
There haven't been. It'll take 2 people to carry the father.
Why don't we do this in daylight instead of at nighttime?
Is it urgent to do it now, or can we wait and do it in the morning?
Is it actually dark yet?
It's not quite dark. It's dusk. I mean, like the sun's setting. The light spot in the sky is setting.
Do we think we could do this while it's still light outside?
And get back.
Probably. They don't seem to think that the town is that dangerous at night. Like, you're not out in the wilderness.
I think it's dangerous enough to lock up and board up their house.
Yeah,
Because they've been getting
they
attacked. They've been getting attacked in their house.
Not inspiring confidence, though.
That's true. I totally get what you're saying.
Raiders just wants to leave their town as quickly as possible.
So we could drop off the body on the way out of town in the morning.
Do you want to sleep next to a dead body?
Probably more than I want to go outside. What do the
We
other
have
two
a
think?
third option, which is not help them and go back to the tavern.
Yeah, I like the idea of free room and board, though.
I'm with Raider. I say we see if we can.
You
get
can
this done
absolutely
before
stay here
dawn.
tonight. You can wait until morning to bury the bodies. Whatever you want to do.
Or we can just do it tonight and come back and rest and leave in the morning.
That works too.
Yeah.
If you're willing to help, they don't care if it's tonight or tomorrow morning. But Irina says, I am not leaving until he's buried.
How long is the
Ismark-
trip to the next town?
Valakai will be several days, at least a day and a half travel. He hasn't been there since he was a little boy, but he seems to remember the trip took 2 days.
All right, I want to say, let's get those maps that you said that you had, because I'm
That's
interested in that. We need to take the maps.
Absolutely. He will get you a map.
That's fair trade for hauling a body. It's like it's a lot of work to haul a body. So
So you want to plan the trip out tonight? We'll do the burial in the morning and then leave right after the burial.
I don't care.
I'm good with that. Raider, you all right with it?
Fine.
Don't have to be.
Not happy with sleeping under the same roof as a dead body, but done it before.
Okay. I
It's already
have
dead.
unmasked the map of Barovia.
He wasn't already unmasked.
No,
Oh,
no,
you
he's
the
not.
world.
I have
map.
completely
Okay.
unmasked the map.
Nice.
Does Lake Baratok have a tower on it?
Yeah, now you see what I mean.
I don't know what.
Upper left.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
there's actually a little picture of a tower drawn on the map at Lake Baratok. This is a complete map. He tells you that this is probably the most valuable thing they own. If you will promise to help them bury their father and take Irina to Valakai, you can have it. They
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have a copy this good.
Valakai is on the way, more or less.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's where Valakai is?
Yeah, right. It is literally on the way.
Damn. Now, why does the road weave like that? What would happen if you would go, like, over the hills?
That's mountain passes.
So that's a mountain you have to pass over.
Yeah, this is all in the middle of a mountain range.
If you
Okay.
go over the hills and through the woods, you end up at Grandma's house. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. But
well, right now, Grandpa died, so we got to
for
handle
instance, if you continue north from the Sur Pool, you just end up at the base of a waterfall. You have to take another path to climb 1,000 feet through several switchbacks to cross the bridge that goes across the Sur Falls.
Very nice.
So it is not a straight route to Valakai. It's a lot of switchbacks going up the mountain that Castle Ravenloft is built on, and then back down the mountain to Valakai.
All the while being cased by a.
that. So the castle itself is at Sur Falls? Or off to the
It's
east.
northeast of Sur Falls.
Okay. Mostly east, though, right? Yep.
Of Sir Falls, yes.
Okay.
All right.
See if,
So long rest. I think we should keep watch though, because
Oh,
we
absolutely. Keep watch.
we just met these people.
I'm fine with that.
I'll take the watch that Arena's on.
Raiders offering to help the two pack up. Also trying to glean what other items they might be willing to part with, but not in a rude manner.
Ismark and Arena both have armor set on a wooden T-stand with swords on belts hung over the shoulders and daggers. They don't really have anything else here. They if you look through like their cutlery, I mean they've got some silverware that might be worth a couple gold.
So Ismark is going too, or he's going to stay here and be the
He will go.
burgomaster?
He will not leave her side. He refuses to leave her side.
Okay. What's going to happen to Barovia without the burgomaster?
At
Not a
this
problem.
point, Ismark says they will probably a council will elect a new one. Nice, Rusty. Sorry, they canceled. You're gonna have to they're gonna end up electing another burgomaster, but they could not care who it is. It's not their problem.
Okay, so he wants out of the family business.
He wants the arena safe from Strahd.
What is in Valakai that they're running to? Did I miss?
It's a town.
Valakai is, from what he remembers as a boy, it is a walled fortress. It is much more secure than Barovia, and she'll be safe there.
All right.
Okay, so
Okay.
the night passes without event. Nothing attacks. Nothing comes to the walls. It's quiet. In the morning, it's kind of weird because it's just a little more light is seeping in. Like the moonlight was almost as bright as the fogged up, overcast sunlight is now. In the morning, Arena puts on her armor, straps on her sword. So does Ismark. They both look like they know how to handle a weapon. Let me. Where are they at? Blood of the Vine Tavern. Ismark.
I sent you a message, Jason, too. Just so you know.
Okay. He's neutral. Put him as neutral. Does that work? Yeah, that just shows you as healthy. Okay.
Yep.
And let me put Irina on here. NPC Irina. Friendly. Wait, if I show friendly, does it show her hit points?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, maybe.
It does. We'll leave faction
Sure
or
does.
neutral. I don't want you to see her hit points. Okay.
Probably because you only got like 4.
And if you wouldn't mind long resting us, please.
Oh, yeah. Long rest. Sorry about that. Rest. Long rest.
Yay, I have a hit dice back.
Okay.
Me too.
Excuse me.
So, in the morning, you head for the church.
All right.
I'm assuming we're carrying his body in like a coffin of some kind.
Yeah, there is a coffin. With the 6 of you, it's easy to carry him through the town. You see, on your way there, you're about here. Let's zoom out. As you pass the tavern, and you're going down that alley, when you notice an old woman with a cart, and she's pushing a cart with of pies that smell delicious. You can see her at like the porch of, or I don't know what it's not called a porch, whatever the front walk area of these houses. And she's up at one of the doors, and you can see a family is there's a man and a woman, and they look, both of them, just pitiful. They look like junkies, for a lack of a better description. They're just pale, and their eyes are sunken and black, and you can see they're talking in a hushed mumble to her, and she's looking, and she's like, no, and then finally she's like, okay, and you see her get a pie, 2 pies actually, from this cart and hands them to them. And she takes her cart and starts to wheel away. And then you hear a no. She comes down the porch and she's walking around, going around to the side of the house, and the cellar door opens, and she reaches down, and you see one of the. There's another. It's a younger man. He's probably in his late teens, early 20s, and he hands a young girl to the old lady. This girl's probably like 4 or 5, and she's kind of, she seems really scared. And the old lady reaches down and pinches her face. I mean hard, like, and squeezes her cheek. And the kid cries out, and tears fall in their face. And the lady smiles and nods at him and starts to walk her cart down the alley away from you guys, dragging the little girl with her.
Jimmy's gonna pause a moment.
She disappears around the corner. You can see the man's closing the cellar doors up again, and you can hear faintly the little girl crying, fading away. Irina and Ismark just both have this pallid, pale look on their face.
Guys, I can't do it. I just can't do it. We gotta stop that. That's fucked up.
I'm going to ask Irina and Ismark, what is that about?
Dream pies. It is a bad thing. We must
What are
keep
they
going.
doing? What are they gonna do with the kid?
She will never be seen again. We must go, please. You cannot leave us now.
Fuck. I'm torn.
This place becomes weirder and weirder the longer we've been here.
Jimmy's really
Let's
torn.
go.
Is it too late to play Storm's King's Thunder?
Come on, Jimmy. What do you get out of it?
What do you-
What's in it for you?
What's in it for you, Jimmy?
The kid, man. I mean, that's like Jimmy's thing, man.
What do you want to do?
Go on, fuck it. It's not my kid.
Okay. All right, you.
I feel very. I swear, though, Jimmy feels very conflicted about this.
Okay.
Like this is wrong. We should go help her, but we got other shit to do. Like get home.
Okay. Atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises toward the back, and a flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. As
Hey,
you
guys,
approach
we're-
the church doors, you can see the heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire.
Jesus.
Is this normal that most of your buildings are attacked by creatures?
Of the night.
As of late, unfortunately, yes.
What's changed?
Evil. Evil is on the rise in our poor city, our poor village.
Oh, okay. Well, good thing we're leaving then.
I agree.
All right,
This quickly.
we're gonna share a map with you
Alright.
guys real quick. Blip.
I mean, if we're not gonna save the kid, I mean, I really don't care about the rest of the town then.
That's a fair point. I'm just screening this off real quick.
It's just good that I didn't play a paladin.
Yeah, could you imagine a paladin in this adventure?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like we picked the
So-
best kind of party composition in terms of morals for this.
No, I think we picked the worst.
I don't know.
Like, as a person right now, I understand it's fiction, but don't you just feel terrible?
Oh,
Extra,
yeah.
extra
Absolutely.
something about to have a baby. The fact that somebody's stealing a kid. It's
know, right?
hitting me extra hard.
Like, I'm just sitting here like, oh, I feel so bad right now. And it's not even a real little girl. I'm like, I want to do something. Like, I know I'm going to die for it, but I want to do something. But it's like, nope,
Okay.
neutral, let's go.
So before we go into the
I'm
church,
again
I
just going to
wanna
use
point out
Raider
that
to show position.
If we weren't already escorting this body, Jimmy would have done something. But we're
that
already
our
busy.
image lurks
We're
in the darkness
yeah.
where the morning light once shone, a sacred place.
Wait, which one is this?
This is from one of our readings. Our enemy lurks in the darkness where the morning light once shone, a sacred place. And we're about to go into a church.
I'm sure it's coincidence.
Hey, that will be all right.
So the
Yeah,
doors
The morning
open
light
up.
shone somewhere else.
The doors open up to reveal a 10-foot wide and 20-foot long hallway
My rapier is
that leads into a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. There are 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, that lead to adjacent chambers. You can see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and you can hear a soft voice from within that is reciting a prayer.
question though. If we're just gonna go bury a body, why don't we just go around the church into the side door?
They said proper
They
ceremony.
go in to get the
Oh,
priest for a proper ceremony.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can hear a soft voice reciting a prayer. As you hear the words of the prayer, all of a sudden it's blotted out by an inhuman scream that rises up from beneath the wooden floor.
Is it the beating of a hideous heart?
Inhumans green.
No, like this horrible inhuman scream from beneath
All
the
right.
floorboards.
I'm gonna jump the coffin and charge on in.
Aren't we just following them?
They're helping carry the coffin too. This is like
Or-
pallbearer
Yeah.
style, like two
I mean,
rods run through the sides of the coffin.
But okay, does it sound like it's in the next room, or you said underneath the
It
floor?
sounds beneath you. It sounds like it's coming from beneath the chapel.
I'm drawing my weapons.
Okay, you drop the coffin and draw your weapons.
I'll
Raider-
try to
Raider-
keep a hold of the
Yeah.
coffin.
Okay,
So I don't
I'm
think
just trying to balance it after Jimmy just suddenly left.
if the rest of you don't let go, you can hold the coffin, no problem. Let's be
Yeah.
honest, Jimmy wasn't holding that much up anyway.
We'll hold the
whatever.
coffin and set it
I'm
down.
kidding. Jimmy's actually got one of the higher strengths in the party.
Yeah.
So,
I'm the one not doing shit.
so
we don't have Tip and Vermil on the same side.
the chapel is in shambles, with overturned and broken pews littering the dusty floor. There's dozens of candles mounted in candlesticks and candelabras that light every dusty corner in a fervent attempt to rid the chapel of the shadows. At the far end of the church sits a cloth-scarred altar, behind which kneels a priest in soiled vestments. Next to him hangs a long, thick rope that stretches up into the bell tower. The gentleman, who is obviously a priest, kneeling at the altar, stands and turns to face you. He's
How did
kind
he
of a
react? Yeah.
he's kind of a portly gentleman. He looks like this.
How did he react to the scream?
Insight.
Okay. Insight. Here we are.
Frustrated impotence. Like he's fully aware of it, and he's just it's like if you knew you had to listen to an annoying neighbor all night, but you know
So
you're
not
not going to do
particularly
anything
concerned.
about it. He's just like, you can see it's unnerving him, but he's just dealing with it.
Oh.
He turns and he
Okay.
says, "Irina, yes, Mark, I'm so glad you are here." From beneath the chapel floor, you hear a young man's voice cry out, "Father! I'm starving!"
Oh my goodness. Hey guys.
The man's voice is hoarse and weak. He is, he just seems completely beside himself. He seems to speak as though he didn't hear the voice down below. He says, "My dears, I have heard the bad news about your father. You are here to bury him, perhaps?" And they're like, "Yes, Father Donovich, we are."
How are Ismark and Irina reacting to this screaming?
Kind of like he is.
Okay. Raider's just gonna take their lead on this.
All right.
I
Yeah,
wanna-
Ask about
let's
it
just
after.
keep going.
I want to ask
Father!
Father. I want to
Please!
ask Father Donovich if he lives here in the chapel.
Yes, with my son. I will introduce you later. He is not seeing guests right now. Father! From down below. It's
Can you
horrible.
shut him up?
It's like blood curdling.
Yeah. I'm almost like, can you shut him up?
My last attempts is what led to this. I tried to let him up for a little bit. And he's motioning to all the shattered pews, the claw marks everywhere, the absolute destruction.
So, guys, just in chat there in Fantasy Grounds,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
one might be
exactly.
one of them.
Exactly.
Fantasy Grounds, what? Oh. Yeah,
Just
I
a
know.
reminder.
I
That's
know.
why I asked, that's why I asked him if he lived here.
I feel like we should. It's going to be either him or the guy we're already helping. So I feel like we should, do
Father.
both.
Father, please. I feel better now. I can control it. Please, just let me out. You see Donovich is like a tear is glistening in his eye. And he's like, I am sorry, my son. I cannot. And he goes, I'll kill you, you fucker! I'm going to eat your heart!
Jesus, that's dark. Now let's take care of this body, this coffin first. We'll come back to this.
Okay.
When Raider's looking at the destruction, is there anything notable about
Yeah.
what creates this?
Yeah. Whatever destroyed this was strong. I mean, these pews are not broken. They're shattered. It looks as though someone cleaved through them with blades. I mean, they're just massive. And the claw marks look like the claws of like a wolf. Just giant raking 4 sets of claws. And they're gouging 2 inches deep into these planks. I mean, it's just splinters are everywhere. I mean, this place was wrecked by whatever did this. You've never seen any kind of destruction like this, especially in a church. Like, this is just insane.
What's this problem?
You're asking Donovich?
Yeah.
Donovich says I must gather the materials. I must, gather the incense and my manuals. We will bury your father right away. Oh, I'm going to move you into the chapel. Sorry. And he says it started a long time ago. About a year ago, my son, who was 20, Doru, he motions downstairs. He had the idea of leading a revolt. He stormed Castle Ravenloft. He was lured there by a wizard in black robes who came to Barovia and claimed that he was going to slay the vampire. I don't know what happened to the wizard. I heard he was slain by Strahd.
What was his name? The wizard's name?
I do not remember. I'm sorry. My understanding was my son died, but he returned to me a week ago. He was changed into a vampire spawn. I managed to trap him beneath, and I have not allowed him out since. This is what he did before I managed to lure him down there. Yeah, the floors of the church are stone. So, in fact, stone is the only thing that's not destroyed in this room.
Okay.
And you're sure he will be held during the ceremony?
I hope so. I don't know what to do with him.
I don't work on hope. I'm just saying. Maybe we should take care of it. What can we do to help?
We must take this. We must take the body to the cemetery, and we will have a service. He while you guys are heading to the cemetery, he's curious how did you meet Irina? What is your interest in her?
We met her in a bar.
Irina.
The girl.
But we met the.
I know. It was just A flippant comment.
The fuck is his name?
Ismark?
Ismark.
Ismark. Thank you.
It's on the combat tracker. Just saying.
Oh God. Like I can't really read right now.
Oh,
My
that's
eyes
right.
can't.
That's right. That's fair
No,
point.
no, I can read normally. I'm just getting really bad migraine.
Gotcha. All right, so let's finish this ceremony real quick.
But he asked us how we met Irina. We met Irina through Ismark.
Right.
Like we met Ismark first.
So, you take him into the cemetery. During the burial, Donovich offers prayers to the Morning Lord in exchange for Kolyan Indorovich's deliverance from Barovia. Once Kolyan has been put into the ground, Donovich suggests that Irina be taken as far from Castle Ravenloft as possible. He proposes that you take her to the Abbey of St. Markovia in Kresk. If you're not willing to do that, then the fortified town of Valakai would be the next best place you could take her.
The Abbey where?
The Abbey in Kresk. It's the Abbey of St. Markovia in Kresk.
What is his interest in Irina?
Irina, he motions for you to follow him away from the grave while Ismark and Irina are paying their respects, where he can talk to you privately. Donovich is the person who, or I'm sorry, I am the man who found Irina long ago, some 20 years ago. She is not the daughter of Kolyan Indrovich. That is why her name is Irina Kolyan. He adopted her. I am the one who found her at the edge of Svalich Woods, near the Pillar Stone of Ravenloft. She was just a little girl and had no memory of her past. Kolyan adopted her and has loved her very dearly. I don't want to see anything ill befall her. Ismark came and told me that Strahd has come to their place twice. If he comes a third time, it will be the last time.
So, should we ask him about his son?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what can we do to help you with your son?
I don't know that there is anything that can be done, unfortunately. Once you're a vampire, you are a vampire forever. I hope that my prayers will in some way help him.
I don't think it's him, guys. I think Ismark the Lesser is the troubled young man.
Dude. It's a dungeon.
Yeah.
He's locked away in a
Surrounded by
dungeon.
wealth is the question.
I'm sorry?
Did the church look wealthy when we were in there?
No. No, it
Right.
looks wrecked. By the way, the cemetery is just a fence of wrought iron with a rusty gate
And
with
the
a
opposite is
rectangular
home
plot
is
of
his
land.
prison.
All right.
I mean, if it's a vampire, we could always put the vampire out of his misery. I'd be okay with that.
We haven't. I'm assuming we haven't faced a vampire spawn before. Or have we?
Negative. You have not. You can,
And- How strong do we think the vampire spawn
How
is?
did he lure his son into the basement?
are you asking him?
Yeah.
He hesitantly draws his sleeve up. You notice now that one of his sleeves is actually kind of red and stained with blood. He lifts it up and you can see that he's got a bandage around his arm and there's 2 points of red spreading in the bandage or leaking through the bandage.
Huh.
I told him I would feed him.
Why not just put him down?
I can't. I don't think I could do that.
Do
Why
you
not?
want him put down?
He's speechless. He's wrestling with the whole idea. You can see there's a part of him that's like, yes, yes. And there's another part of him that just can't bear the thought of it.
That's not your son down there.
What did your son do with the wizard? Why did he? Was he just part of the army, or was he the wizard's helper?
He just went with him. Many people from the village revolted. As a matter of fact, I see it every night. Tonight at midnight, spirits will rise from the cemetery and charge the gates. They do it every night. They have for over a year. Ghosts will rise and charge the gates of Ravenloft.
So
There is a like the clouds overhead start to darken a bit. You hear a rumble of thunder kind of roll across, and it gets darker out. Noticeably darker, probably like dusk darker.
Maybe we should get in the church.
The clouds just continue to darken. Donovich seems very unnerved by that. We should go inside, I think.
is this normal?
Yes, I guess. We should still go inside, normal enough.
Okay.
I'll go inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the locals'
Okay,
advice.
Irina and Ismark, as soon as the clouds darkened, they're like, do, 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 do. I mean, they are marching their way. They're like, okay, so long, Dad. They all march their way into the church as well. As they march into the church, Brother Donovich he shuts the doors. He pulls a great big heavy wooden beam across and slams it over the door. He says, if you do not wish to stay here for a while, you should go now. I will not open these doors again when whatever is out there comes.
I'm not gonna leave these two behind.
Okay. You're barricaded in.
Raider wants to ask Irina and Ismark if they want to leave the town now or if it's better to
Fair
wait
point.
this out.
They are not comfortable leaving in this store. They're like, actually, no. Ismark is like, sister, we should wait. And Irina says, I am not afraid. Whatever you think we should do, I am in your hands now.
I'm okay with waiting here. I don't know.
What
think we should go.
what usually comes during these storms?
Donovich says, most of the time, nothing. But you have seen the gates, yes? You saw the doors on the way in? Like the gates and everything were just wrecked on the way in.
Mhm.
You hear a whinny of a horse outside, but it sounds like two horses whinnying together. It's like intertwined, like they take turns with the whinny. It's like alternates back and forth between two pitches. It sounds hideous.
Can we see out of the windows?
You can move to one of the door has two little like steel plates that go over the windows. You can pull one back and look out. You see a tall horse, probably 5.5, 6 feet at the shoulder. It's pitch midnight glistening black. Its eyes and mane and hooves have like reddish flames flickering off of them. It's burning.
Huh.
The horse is snorting this black cloud of steam. Riding atop the horse is a tall, regal gentleman. He looks very aristocratic. His cheeks are high and pitched. His eyes are just fiery red. He has a glinting white smile as he's looking down at across. He's just outside the gates of the church. You see the horse is kind of stamping around, and as its hooves touch a little too close into the gate, you can see the ground like hisses and sizzles as it like neighs in protest and steps back. You see the man on the horse looks down at you. He's wearing this regal blue, like royal blue velvet overcoat with all sorts of gold and silver accoutrement on it. He's got a wicked-looking longsword hanging off of his belt black hair slicked back. He's just looking with this smile at the church, and he goes, Donovich! Donovich, I know you have my bride in there. All of a sudden, as you look at Donovich, he goes white, just completely pale. The devil, Strahd. No, no. He grabs his holy symbol, and he starts whispering, and he's like, oh, morning, Father, please give us upon the light. I'll bring your son upon us to bless us. Yeah, Strahd's outside.
No one's here.
So if you want to shut that plate, I'm good with that.
I shut the plate and I turned around and said, just a little wind outside, just a little wind, Dad.
As you turn around, you immediately notice that Irina has this glazed look in her eyes, and she's walking towards the door.
No, we're restraining her.
Yeah, got to restrain her.
Okay, I will actually need an athletics check to restrain her.
All right.
Ismark will aid whoever does it. She's actually kind of dragging Ismark already.
Well, I have +7. What do you have? I guess
Yeah, no, you go. My strength is 8.
So you have advantage on the check because of Ismark helping.
All right, let me give myself advantage. Put it in the box.
You successfully restrain her. You and Ismark managed to hold her, but despite probably weighing 130 pounds, she is actually, like, you're full tilt holding her. There is a force that is empowering her steps, and you're dragging her back. Donovich is like, we must tie her up. He kicks open a storeroom door that's got tons of water in it. I'll open this, or we'll open that view up there. There's a bunch of water in it. Oh, I should probably put you guys on the map now. This is probably important at this point. Tibble, Vermeil, Raider, Jimmy, Ismark, and Irina. Put you guys there. And update view. Okay. So, they've got the door. We'll arrange it a little differently because Tibble was up front, and then I'll assume Raider's up front. You get her into that room and start tying her up. She doesn't have any emotional reaction. She doesn't look at you. She just continues to look towards the portal she's still trying to get to. From outside, you hear Strahd call, "You cannot keep her from me forever. Come on, priest, let her go, and this all stops." You hear from down below, "Father! Father, the master calls! Let me go!" Donovich is freaking out. He's beside himself.
Who's freaking out?
Donovich. He's like, oh my god. He's fucking catatonic.
I'm telling him to sit down.
Do what?
Don't tell Donovan to sit down.
I'm just going to try to call Donovich to get him through
Okay,
this.
so I'm going to put you two in the room with Donovich trying to calm him down.
Well,
Actually, no. You know what?
Coronavirus.
Donovich kicks open that door to another room, to a bedroom, and you guys start to tie Irina to the bed.
Okay.
I like how this is going.
I figured you would.
I knew that was coming.
Somebody had to.
Sorry, I've been fighting. I was holding it back until you've been tying her to that bed.
Okay,
Raider wants to go around and try and reinforce any of the openings with the shattered wood and stuff.
okay. No problem. Raider starts to... you go up to the back room to start grabbing some pews. You start jamming it up. You notice the windows are all boarded rather well, but you grab one of the pews and drag it up to barricade the front door with it, to like wedge it into the door jamb and against the thing. It's pretty secure. Is anyone still looking out the window? I don't remember if the plate got shut.
We shut it.
What happened
Okay.
if Tibble shot into the people?
Huh?
What happened if Tibble shot the vampire lord through the people?
Be one heck of a shot.
I don't know. I mean, how big the
The
people?
vampire lord would
Some people are
mock
like
him for
2 by
his
2.
insolence.
You could fire an arrow through the peephole. I don't care.
I,
You can do it.
I don't think intimidating the
Let's in this fast
The
shoot him in
Dark
the
Lord
heart.
would-
The arrow's made of wood, right? Wooden stake to the heart. In this campaign right here,
See, he's got it all figured out.
we go home. You'll be the hero.
Wait, how far away is he?
No balls. No balls.
Okay, let's gonna put him here. He's healthy. Strad von Zarovich is healthy. Sorry, Zarovich. I've been listening to the book I Strad. It's Zarovich.
If Tibble starts bringing out his bow, Raider's gonna
no, Tibble's
hold
not
his
bringing
arm
out
to
his
stay his
bow.
hand.
No balls.
Yeah, that's what killed me last time.
Okay. Strad, sitting upon his horse. You can see he's kind of getting restless, riding back and forth. And he goes, "If you will not come out to me, then maybe I will have you someone else open the door." You see him hold his hand out, and he makes this squeezing motion. Those of you in the room hear the ground crumbling in the altar. Like you hear the stones like pulverizing.
See, Tibble, if you'd shot at him, this wouldn't have happened.
Uh-huh.
I blame you. You die first.
I'm going to say to the group, Luke, we're going to have company.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Like this altar is crumbling.
The stone under the altar starts to crack and crumble, and as you look down the hall, you see the altar just go and drop through the floor.
So is what's her face tied down the broad? Is she tied down?
Yes, she is tied down.
Okay.
I'd like everyone to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Yay. Start out right. Actually, I don't want to be first.
Good done.
Respectable. Respectable.
I just get my ones out the way now. Okay, it's Scott's turn.
Let's get Donovich on the map. I got initiative for all those guys? No, I need initiative for Irina. Let's just check here. Oh, why am I even rolling for Irina? That's not
She's
necessary.
restrained and tied up.
Yeah, she's not going. Well, we'll leave it just in case. And Ismark the Lesser needs a dexterity check. Oh, he's not going to go super fast. Okay. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to mark them as friendly. You can see their hit points. I don't care. Donovich will leave.
Not very reassuring.
We'll make Donovich neutral.
Oh, number 50. I thought that was 10.
Does it let you see Donovich's... No, it doesn't let you see his initiative
No.
order like that. Well, that's okay. You don't know when he's going to go.
I saw it for a second.
We'll just call him
14.
neutral. Fuck it. We can even call Ismark neutral. Why not? Let's just do it. Neutral. Okay. And he is hostile. He's hostile as shit.
Is
So,
Doru the vampire spawn?
yeah,
Yeah.
the top of the order is actually Doru, who
Told you,
bursts
kids
out
get killed.
of the hole in the floor.
You have a picture of him?
There's a picture of his token right there. I mean,
I don't see very well right now.
Scroll wheel really far into the map. And
yeah,
it's huge.
scroll in and you can see it great.
He's clasping his head.
It looks like a human with vampire teeth clasping his face, screaming.
Yeah, that's a pretty good description.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So Doru goes first.
He runs up and kills Tibble.
Do it, Jason. Come on.
It's only funny because it's true.
So, with his movement, he can move 30 feet. He comes
Did he use any to get
scrambling.
up? or No.
He sprang. Actually, he literally ran up like a pillar that was supporting from below, and then he runs to the side to the wall, and then he vanishes. You lose sight of him as he
Oh.
goes around the corner.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and... you just hear Strahd laughing from outside.
I think Tibble should take his
Basically.
time, Strahd, while the rest of us fight the vampire.
Hold on.
I still think that's the winning play.
Irina is tied down. Jimmy, 2 squalls. You're the first to act.
If I grab the hilt, does it do anything or no? Like, come on, you stupid thing.
You grab the hilt. You feel an overriding emotion pour through you. You feel you have a flashback of a man who looks very similar to the man you just saw outside, but younger. Not the same person, like similar features, but a younger man holding a light, this sword hilt with a crystal blade catching the sunlight, battling through hordes of what look like, I would describe them as like Mongol warriors in battle. And then as he finishes, he turns and sees it like flashes forward, and now you picture it's you now, and you're in a dark, foreboding stone room, and you feel a sense of happiness as you see the man you recognize from outside, Strahd, and all of a sudden, like you feel an emotion of happiness that he's around, and then dread and betrayal, and you can't breathe, and there's a pain in your chest. And then there's a flash to now you're a wizard, and you're holding the blade, and you're casting a ritual, and with your bare hands you shatter the crystal blade, and there's just a hilt, and then you feel another sharp pain in your back, and you feel yourself drop to your knees, and then there's a flashback of you pulling the hilt out of the grave, and as you go through this emotion, you feel it bind to you. You feel as though the blade, as you feel the hilt like speak to you, and for the first moment, you understand this blade has one purpose: to slay Strahd and his minions. And
Nice.
upon realizing that, it imparts upon you the thought, the one clear thought, sunlight. And as you think it, a blade of pure sunlight springs out of it, and forms this gleaming blade that looks, it looks like this. Hold on, I don't...
Let Bear just describe it to you.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a sun sword.
Not quite. It doesn't look exactly like a sun sword. It looks like that.
Wait. Look at the picture or the name of
Yeah.
it.
I know.
Nice.
I know it's a sun sword.
So
I just want to say.
I'm gonna look back to the party. Said, lads, they're gonna tell stories about today. Let's not embarrass ourselves. So I'm gonna charge in, roaring.
I like what you ended up with, Nick.
Yeah.
Let's not embarrass
Okay.
ourselves.
That's good because you did that yesterday.
I didn't
Okay,
do anything.
Nick, I need to drop this sword on you real quick.
Okay.
Here's your sheet. Inventory, sun sword, actions.
I just want to say, aren't you two glad you're hanging out with a couple of grave robbers right now?
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't expect anything to actually happen. I expected,
item.
okay, like piece of shit, and grab my rapier and charge in.
Create a new weapon. Oh, wait.
Are you proficient in longsword?
It's I am now. Actually, I am proficient technically speaking.
That's good.
Okay, I
But
need
the
to...
sun sword is actually a finessable weapon.
Yeah, it
It's
is
a longsword.
versatile, D10, and it is finesse.
Nice.
It uses dex or strength. It is radiant and magic. It is a +2 weapon. It also adds a new power. The power is Sun Sword. And it should be Sun Sword. If type undead. Damage 1d8 radiant.
Nice.
I like it.
Oh wait, I wrote that in the wrong spot. Let's. Category is item. There we go. Okay, and your Sun Sword has add action effect, and the effect is Sun Sword if type, or if true, type undead, then damage 1d8 radiant. It's indefinite. It affects yourself only. It doesn't expend.
Nice.
Their actions. Okay, do me a favor. Click that Sun Sword effect. It should apply to you.
All right.
Perfect. And,
Okay.
okay, as long as you're using your Sun Sword to attack, that's on you. Otherwise, you need to take it off.
So, I guess first thing I'm going to probably do is rage.
Okay?
Mark that off. Okay. And then I'm going to lock tokens, please.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you. Jimmy Two Squalls, lock tokens.
And then can I go this way, or do I need to go out and then up?
You need to go out and then up.
Okay, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to move to there and see what I see.
Oh, sure. Okay. Actually, you can stop right here.
Okay.
That's when you see Doru. But he is 10 feet up the wall, standing sideways.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Will turn his facing like that because he's sideways.
So, can I get like a running jump and try to just like slash at him through the air?
Athletics. It's gonna be a
Alright.
running, standing. It's gonna be a jump, a vertical jump.
I wasn't sure if I could like run on the way or whatever, but either way,
Yeah, you
roll the
ran
box
up.
or
I mean,
no?
you. Yeah, you can roll it out in the open. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. You got a 22.
Ooh,
You
one
are
of those
able
was
to
a
jump
1.
high enough to take a swipe at him.
Yes.
Oh, nice. They added the dropped roll to advantage rolls.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Dropped 1. Oh, nice. Okay, so I do now Sun Sword. Here, I gotta target him, huh?
You should target him. Yep.
Definitely.
And a 13 misses.
Shit. And I'm just gonna roar at him.
Okay.
Battle cry.
So, Jimmy Two Squalls pulls out the hilt and he stares at it. To everyone around him, he looks at it for about a second, and all of a sudden a blade of sunlight springs out of it. And then just like possessed, he sprints out the door and he runs down the hall. And as you see, he like turns, quickly reacts, and he springs up and like jump steps off of one of the wall crenellations and swoops up in the air and swipes his sword. You can't see what he's swinging at, but with the shriek you hear, you assume it must be Doru.
I must have hit him with that shriek, right? That's what people think.
No, it's the same blood-curdling scream he's been letting out the whole time. Okay, Donovich falls to his knees and prays. Raider. Actually, Donovich moves over here. And no, he stays right here at the foot of the bed. Okay. Raider
Can't
scrambles
believe
into
that
the
worked.
room.
Raider utters a hex against Doru.
Okay.
And then brings out his sword to launch an eldritch blast at it.
Eldritch Blast, the vampire spawn. A 13 misses.
Mm.
Does it come out of your sword?
I want it to eventually have the sword to be like the focus as it become a pack blade lock, but you don't have to do it that way.
Okay. as
That
you
was
start
dope.
to form it, like you form the ball of eldritch power, and you kind of force it forward with the hilt, and you thrust out, and a blast of energy flies out and smashes into the roof behind him. Well, not the roof, but like one of the support struts, and just blast into it. It leaves it scarred. There's not really a scorch mark, but it blasts the wood away, and it's like sizzling with arcane power. But yep, the strike goes wide.
Maybe he's gonna. He wants to trying to keep himself in the way of where he think Doro might try and get past them. So I don't know if that makes sense to actually.
He would probably go to here then, so that he could, because he would have to come down enough to go down the hallway that he would give an opportunity attack. If he
He'd
tries
move
to.
here to not be in the way of his allies, so his allies can kind of
Yeah, okay.
past.
And from there, that means that if he tried to enter more than 5 feet past you, you would get an opportunity attack, because he'll be low enough you could swing at him then, even if he was running on the ceiling.
All right.
Tibble.
All right, Dibble's going to go here and here. Just going to zoom around the corner
Okay.
because he can't reach him at the. Anyway,
Oh, you could easily reach him with a greatsword.
oh, that's right. A greatsword has that.
You could
reach.
easily
All right,
reach him.
Never mind.
I wouldn't even make
Sorry.
you make an athletics check. I would actually make you make an acrobatics check, but you could reach him.
Let's
You
see.
should be pretty good at acrobatics. And I'd still let you reach him. It's just whether or not you're going to have disadvantage on the attack. He's not that high up.
Okay, then I will attempt to hit him with my greatsword.
Yeah. You're Nodachi.
My Dodachi.
Okay,
So do you
give me
want
an
me to make-
acrobatics check.
All right. Here we go, guys. I'll just roll this in the open, or
Or 13, it's good enough.
all right, and I will attack. Do I have him?
I
do
got
have
another
him
attack
targeted?
roll. 13 misses. A for effort.
Did he
It's
have
still
enough
never-
to do his unarmed strike?
He did attack. You could, if you don't want to roll, you could just do your I automatically hit attack.
Definitely
gonna-
does, Scott.
Or
gonna
you
do
could
the-
do your unarmed strike. You can do either one.
No, I'll do the automatically hit attack.
Okay, then you just do D4 damage, period. It's on your powers, I believe.
Wait, even on a miss, he gets to do that?
Yeah, period. It's if he attacks it. If he attacks, he gets to do the damage.
Huh.
Okay, it resists the. It is
Nice.
bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, but Scott, you found your character. You can
Wait.
deal damage without hitting.
No, you did the wrong thing. You did martial arts to him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it shouldn't have the +3.
It should be pummel.
Still, 4 damage, still good.
It's Path of the Kensei has
It's-
pummel.
2
Okay.
damage. It's resisted.
Oh, I
For
forgot to
one.
label it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to re-roll?
Yeah, hold on.
It's
I'm
still
gonna
D4.
fix the effects so it's labeled correctly.
Yeah, it's still a D4.
Just as
I
a
see why it
+2.
didn't label it like that. No, it actually I can't label it. Yeah, it's the one that's under Path of the Kensei. Just says D4 damage. Do that one.
Okay. All right.
It don't roll a 1.
2 down to 1 damage. Okay, so he partially resisted, but you actually, so you come running through. You pull out your great sword, and as you round the corner, you see it up high, and you literally just run up the wall and swipe at it. The vampire, this is freaky. He jumps over the blade because you swipe at his feet. Like, where's he gonna go? He jumps over the blade and like flips in the air and lands on his feet again, as though gravity was pulling him into the wall. As he lands low and is like, ah, as you come down from your running up the wall, you kick him in the face as you flip back down and land on your feet.
Excellent. And then I'm going to move out of the way and probably only get to there.
Because he's 10 feet up the wall, you will not provoke.
He wouldn't
Oh,
anyways
I
with
attacked
both
him.
feet.
I have mobile, so I do not provoke.
Oh, that's
Anything
right.
he attacks doesn't
That's
get
right.
opportunity.
You are absolutely
All
right.
right.
Forgot about that. Okay, Ismark gets to the door and holds his weapon and seems really conflicted about what to do. He's just looking and he was like, "I will guard Irina." per meal.
Good
All
plan,
right.
lad. Good plan.
Well, tell him he should guard Irina. And then I want to end up moving. I really don't want to be in that door. I want to move over to like there.
You want to move to there?
Ryan's guarding the empty room.
And then I want to provide help to my two buddies who are right near the vampire thing.
You can't see it. You have to be able
I
to see your
see
attacker.
or hear.
You
Or
have to be able
hear.
to see your attacker.
See or hear.
You sure? Pretty
It's
sure
help.
I know. I thought your action, your thing to help them with that had to be to see, or you had to be able to see them. Master of Tactics. Oh, never mind. If the target can see or hear you. Okay. You got it. You can provide help to Jimmy and Raider.
All right. And then I want to stand right here and guard this room.
Okay.
It's important.
Guarding the hell out of that
There's
room.
water, man.
He's limiting his mobility.
How do you distract Doru?
Are you asking?
I just want to yell that, like, your fathers are up here.
Oh, that's
Just to
good.
fuck with them a little bit.
That's good. I like that. Your father's up here. He's got his arm out for you. All right. Start of the round is Doru. Doru is in a mad rage.
Me too.
He runs down the wall and goes after Jimmy. So I will push him up to here again. He's standing again. He targets Jimmy. He also, you notice whenever when Tibble kicked him, like it left, like as it hit, like his nose went crooked, like he broke his nose. It straightens as he's running down the wall. And first, I better read these and make sure I do this right. Da, 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 da. Okay. Oh shit.
What? You forget something important?
What'd you do?
He
Now I
explodes
remember
in the
something
middle.
huge. Nick,
Yes.
I'm gonna add an effect for you.
Okay.
Action.
Hopefully, a good effect.
Probably from the store. It's probably good.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, the radiant sun. Yeah. Right. Sunlight.
Get rid of the dice. Clear dice. Okay. At the start of his turn, he started in sunlight. Please click the damage effect on the sun sword.
Oh, sweet.
Ah, nice.
Oh.
Plus
Holy
20.
fuck, dude!
Holy fuck.
The D8 doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
It
know.
just doesn't.
Wait. What? Why did it?
I didn't do it, Jason.
Why did it do the D8?
I don't know.
Yeah, it should just do 20, doesn't it?
That's all I clicked was 20.
That's weird.
I did
It's
start.
because the sword damage, if it's undead, does a D8.
Oh,
almost
does an extra
radiant.
D8. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to correct that then.
Okay.
Oh, it's because you have that effect on you right now.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, I'll strip the other two. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Get rid of the effect, Nick. Just delete that
What-
effect.
How do I
I've got
do
it on my
one?
sheet. I can actually
The
click
radiant.
it
The radiant
Yeah.
one or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
here. Okay, I've got an effect I can click right here. I just realized that. Okay, so he takes 20
That's
damage
still
from
really
radiant.
badass though.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, the D8 just doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
So,
It's funny.
he shrieks, tries to claw you.
Do you have disadvantage? 'Cause I don't know.
He does have disadvantage.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't figure he did. That's awesome. The sword just keeps getting better and better.
I feel like you're going to be the target.
Automatic
He
or
missed.
Oh, yeah.
It tries
If
to
I
claw
wasn't after-
again. Oh, whoops! It had disadvantage. I got to hit twice. If that's going to count. It does hit the second time,
Oh,
doing
Really?
10 damage, reduced down to 5. Then he runs.
Provoking?
Yep, he provokes.
you get advantage on this roll, Nick.
I do.
Why do you
There's
get
somebody
it?
with
Oh
a
yeah,
distance
because of
to me.
help. Yeah.
I just
You can
wish I
also
had-
you can also sneak attack, right? Because you're being helped.
Because he has advantage. He gets
Okay.
sneak
It's
attack.
because he has
Oh,
advantage.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
do that first. Yeah.
You
Uh,
got to do
you
it.
hit
I
him.
I hit anyway. Let me crit fish here. Hang on. No, okay.
Okay.
So, sneak attack.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
You hit him for
that's
16
okay.
more radiant damage. That
Oh,
turns off his
no.
regen, by the way.
You're a whiny bitch.
Okay.
You don't
He
get any more
shrieks
advantage, though. I only do advantage
and
on
runs
roll.
down into the hole and disappears. You hear him sobbing on the way down. He was like, "Father, I'm sorry. Father, please. I'll be good."
And that's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout. It's clear what we have to do. We have to end Strahd and his minions. I'm gonna jump in the hole after him.
Yeah.
Okay. Strahd's turn. Strahd screams. I mean, just this wrenching, just pure blood-curdling rage from outside. You can hear the horse start to gallop and get in the distance. None of
He's
you can
scared of
see
the
what's
sword.
going on, but you can tell Strahd is leaving
This fight would have been way worse without the sword.
and is quite pissed off.
Yes.
Irina seems to kind of snap out of it, realizes she's tied to the bed, and starts to cry. Jimmy, your turn.
Did anybody else's turn? I just went, didn't I? Oh, no, that was
No.
Is there an opportunity?
That's right. So yeah, sorry. I forgot. That's right. Sorry. So now I'm gonna charge into the hole. Yeah, and saying we clear what we have to do.
Okay.
Strahd and his minions.
Okay, I'm going to flip you this way because you are now downstairs.
Okay.
You see Doru is like here, huddled underneath there's like a little cubby in there. He's huddled up and screaming. His skin is like blistering and bubbling. There's little flames licking off of him. He's
Nice.
screaming in agony. I need a athletics check to land on your feet because it's about a 10,
All right.
12-foot drop.
Yeah.
I believe in you, Nick.
Me too.
Yeah, you could be all right. Okay, you're fine.
Yep, believed in him.
Oh, it tells you the number that you dropped. That's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
when it said dropped 1, I thought it was saying it dropped 1 die. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, it tells you the number it dropped. That's really cool. So,
I'm going up to him.
okay.
I'm gonna bash my shield immediately followed by my sword, saying find peace and death that you didn't find in life. I'm gonna kill him.
Wow. I like that.
Look at
I'm going to
go.
give you inspiration for that.
All right.
Man,
All right,
when
go
did you
ahead and
become a
make your
paladin?
shield bash.
I was gonna say I feel the light.
Well, good thing that one little girl's already gone.
Well,
Oh, wow.
I don't think he's
Oh.
gonna not
That's what I told you.
confirm.
The cool that line is why I got the crit. I'm just telling you. So sneak attack,
His
right?
Strength
Right.
check. He is at disadvantage, so he gets a 7.
Yeah.
He would have gotten. He would have actually
Oh, that
beaten.
was shit
Oh, he
in
wouldn't have beaten the
athletics.
27. Never mind. So yeah, he's prone. You need to drop it on him if you haven't.
All right. Sun sword. Oh, that was disappointing.
You should
Wow.
have advantage, shouldn't you?
He did
I
have
rolled
advantage.
a 3 and a 4.
He rolled a 3 and a 4.
Oh, fuck.
So
Ah,
Doro is like screaming. He's like, "No! No! No! As you're slashing away
burning.
at him.
He's still burning. That's all right.
So
Apparently, he freaked you the fuck out.
you really
Let's
nailed him
say
when he first ran away, but now you're
He takes 20 damage. I
Yeah.
like it.
Donovan, hearing his son scream, just like, son, my son. He comes running out. And shit, I'm gonna grab the wrong one. I know I am. Yep, grab the wrong one. He runs, jumps down the hole. I
Does he make it?
don't know how well that's gonna go.
Does he break his leg when he does
He
it?
does fall and takes a significant amount of damage. But he doesn't kill himself. He falls and you hear something snap in his arm. Like he falls and he hits like his knee and then his arm. You hear his left arm crumple. And he just deals with it and he's like, "No, my son." And he goes over and shields Doru. And he's like, "Please, don't kill my son."
What a bitch.
That actually gives Doru a free opportunity attack
Against who?
against his
His
father.
father?
Oh, nice.
Then he kills his father. That'll make this a lot easier.
Donovich takes 12 points of necrotic and piercing damage as his son grabs him and yanks his father's neck back and just chomps and bites through to his spine. Donovich dies horribly. Raider.
Well, maybe he shouldn't have been a dumbass.
I feel completely justified now. I actually starting to feel a little guilty. Like maybe I should back off.
Raider
It's a
jumps
vampire.
down.
Okay. Athletics, please.
There's nothing about this whole adventure that's going to make you feel good about yourself. Just
I
get
know.
ready for that.
Yeah. You guys just
It's
watched an
all
old woman
twisted
buy a
and fucked
kid.
up.
So.
Is that good enough to stick the land?
Yes, it's 10 difficulty to jump down. And even you can still make it. It's whether or not you fall prone.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the great sword comes out.
great
And swings.
sword. That is most definitely a hit. $12 damage reduced down to 6.
Gotta be honest, slightly disappointed in the rolls, but honestly, it was only one below average, right? 1.5.
Yeah.
Saying the one is why
It's that
it
resistance,
sucks.
man.
Tibble.
Yeah, it looks disappointing. Then I do the math. I'm
Tibble's
like,
not
oh,
missing out
man.
on this dog pile. Acrobatics to jump down. Or athletics, it's up to you. But that's good enough. I just assumed that the other two guys weren't that good at acrobatics.
Jimmy might be.
Oh, he
Didn't
hit.
target him, but he did hit. You should have had
Oh.
advantage.
And,
So
yeah,
target
you
him
can
and roll
crit
again.
fish.
You might get a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
There you go. This might be the only.
Although,
time
hey,
I
you
do
can't target.
Oh, it's all right. Well, just look at which one it dropped. It dropped the 9. Neither one was a crit. Okay, you definitely hit him. Oh my God! Hold on, guys. It's just like a moment. He hit.
Yeah. Without advantage.
Hold
you
on,
did.
hold on. Oh, I think this is cause for a standing ovation. The first hit of the monk in Two
We're
Adventures.
so proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, good job. You're
You know
officially
what?
a warrior.
You should punch him on a rolling attack.
I am. I'm going to punch him right in the nose.
Okay,
Just
unarmed
get
strike.
those ones out of your system. I'm calling it now.
Unarmed strike.
Oh.
Crit!
Oh!
A transformation has occurred.
Kick to the head.
I don't know what
Hey.
happened.
For
That
10!
was good damage.
He
Nice.
knocked the shit out of him. It's reduced down to 4. But
Broke his
you
nose.
slice with your blade and then you throw an elbow in and smash him in the face. You guys are just hacking him apart.
And I'm going to move back just a little bit in case
Sure.
anybody wants to join the fun.
Yep, you move back. Ismark is trying to comfort his sister. Vermeil.
That's 30.
Just come to the edge of the pit and say hi.
Just say your father's down there.
All right, I want to help my two buddies who are right next to him.
Okay.
And this time I want to yell, Strahd's not going to help you.
Okay. All right, you offer help to both of them.
See, I'm helping, and he's not getting help. It's great.
Doru immediately takes
Sunlight.
20 radiant damage from the sunlight. Oh, not to Jimmy Two Squalls. Sorry.
It burns when I pee.
Sorry about that.
I didn't realize he bit you, man. I'm sorry.
I meant to drag the damage onto himself. There we go. He's just screaming and screaming. He's not regenerating in the sunlight. His whole body bursts into flames. And he just starts to wither away and crumble. And pretty soon it's just a pile of charcoal shaped like a skeleton.
Nice.
Did his father burn too?
Actually, the bishop does catch on fire since he's laying on him.
I want to remove his head just to make sure he doesn't come back.
Okay. We'll cover all that when we start up next session.
All right.
We're going to stop right there with the disgusting murder of the poor priest's son.
Yeah.
The poor priest's son who wanted to murder everyone.
Yeah, he did want to do
the
it.
girl to Strahd.
He did want to do some murder. So,
Okay. He did kill his father.
thanks for playing, everyone. Hope you all had fun. For the viewers, thanks for tuning in tonight. Next Tuesday, I'm assuming we're still on. And we might not be, because Nick will probably have a kid.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see.
All right, we will be here next Tuesday, no matter what. But it's whether or not I'm running a one-shot for Rich and the guys, or if we're still playing this. So, anyways,
As long as it's not Tuesday that she gives birth, I'll be here. If it's because basically I'm gonna be home with the dogs each night, except for that first night.
gonna shut down the stream,
Oh,
guys. I'll
that.
see you guys next week,
So, yeah.
7 o'clock Central, Tuesday. Bye bye.